Hello friends, welcome to the Cool Vedas, that's Veda School. Today we're going to see the story of the birth of Drona. Drona, the mighty Brahmana, the guru of the Kauravas and Pandavas. Now this story has been mentioned in Sambhava Parva in Adi Parva. So let's listen along and find out the story of Dronacharya. Long, long ago, there dwelt at the banks of Ganga a great sage by the name Bharadwaja. He spent his days observing the most rigid vows. One day, he wished to perform the Agnihotra Homa, and thus he went to the banks of river Ganga with many other great rishis. Once he reached the banks of Ganga, there he saw the beautiful Apsara Gritachi rising out of the waters of Ganga. The beautiful sight of Gritachi kindled a burning desire in the sage. Due to this emotion in him, the very next moment his bija fell out. The learned Rishi quickly held his bija in a drona. A drona means a vessel. It was from this Drona with Bharadwaja's bija that sprung the illustrious Brahmana by the name Drona, the son of Bharadwaja. Bharadwaja taught all the Vedas and its branches to his wise son Drona. Bharadwaja also had a great Shishya by the name Agnivesa. The great Rishi had taught Agnivesa the magnificent knowledge of a special weapon called Agneya. Not long after that, Agnivesa, the Rishi who had sprung from fire. This is another story. Now, this Agnivesa taught his guru's son Drona the knowledge of the special weapon, the Agneya. Meanwhile, there was a king named Prishata who was a great friend of Bharadwaja. Prishata had a son by the name Drupada. And that Kshatriya Drupada used to come every day to the ashram of Bharadwaja to play with Drona and study in his company. The young prince Drupada and Drona were very good friends. And when the king Prishata died, it was this Drupada who became the king of the northern Panchalas. About the same time, the illustrious Bharadwaja also ascended to heaven. So, with the death of the king Prishata, the young Drupada became the ruler of his kingdom, while with the death of Bharadwaja, Drona began to devote all his time in severe austerities in his father's ashram and became an ascetic just like his father. Now, time rolled by, and Drona, having become well versed in the Vedas and their branches, and having learned all and having burnt all his sins by asceticism, he married Kripi, the daughter of Sharadvat, the twin sister of Kripacharya, with the desire of having offsprings. And this illustrious woman, Kripi, was always engaged in virtuous acts and the Agnihotra Homa, and she did the hardest of penances and was thus blessed with a son by the name Ashwattaman. And as soon as this illustrious boy Ashwattaman was born, he neighed like the celestial steed Ucheshravas. Hearing that cry, an invisible voice from the sky said, "The voice of this child has, like the neighing of a horse, been audible all around. The child shall therefore be known by the name of Ashwattaman, that is, the horse voiced one." Now, the son of Bharadwaja, that is Drona, was exceedingly glad at the birth of his child Ashwathaman. He was very happy to have a son like Ashwathaman. And thus he lived peacefully in his hermitage with his family, devoting himself to the study of the science of weapons. A blessed life Drona had, the son of an illustrious father like Bharadwaja he was. He was blessed with the guidance of his father's Shishya, a great Muni like Agnivesa. And as childhood friend, he was blessed with the mighty prince of Panchala Desha. And as wife, he had the most virtuous and ascetic Kripi, the twin sister of the great Kripacharya. And as brother-in-law and as family, he had the great mighty Kripacharya, who was the incarnation of the Rudra tribe itself. And for a son, he was blessed with Ashwattama, who was the incarnation of the Amshas of Mahadeva, Yama, Kama, and Krodha himself. And Drona too, is believed to be the incarnation of none other than Brihaspati. Blessed he was. Or was he really blessed? How was Drona's life really in his ashram? Was he blessed with all fortunes? What about Ashwattama's childhood days? Were they happy? And how did the friendship between Drona and Drupada, the king of Panchala, fare the test of time? Let's read along and find out more about Drona's life. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more Mahabharata stories. Do not forget to press the bell icon. Thank you. Namaste.